we have the one, the only, Jada Pinkett Smith!
What's up?
Yes! Oh my gosh, it is an honor to have you on the show. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good.
You've been busy the last couple of days. You were, Jada, you everywhere?
Listen, I didn't expect that teaser to be promoted in that way, but I know they got to do what they got to do to get people to watch the show.
So obviously, let's start off with you're coming here to the UAE, which we're so excited about. Sarah from Maven, who's a very good friend of mine, was talking about this about a month ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, make this happen. This is fantastic. The book Worthy, obviously, is coming out, and you're coming out here to the UAE. Are you excited to come back?
I'm always excited. I have to be honest with you. Every time I come back, it's like a second home to Will and I specifically. We just love it there. So I'm really excited. And, I'm so grateful to Sarah. She's such a boss, She's such a boss. So it's been really beautiful being in partnership with her.
She is a boss. I totally agree with you on that one. We've got two shows happening. We've got one in Abu Dhabi in the capital, and then you're doing a show here in Dubai as well, which is fantastic. Yep. For more details, you can go to worthymina.com, worthymina.com. Okay, writing Worthy. Let's get straight into this. Obviously, there's a lot of things that the public didn't know about, as we've been made aware already in a few of the promos that have gone out. Putting it down, how difficult was it for you? Was it a hard process? Was it an easy process? Was it therapeutic? How was it for you, Jada?
It was all of those things. It was extremely difficult. It was very therapeutic, and it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work.
You good?
I'm sorry.
No, do your thing. Do your thing.
Yeah, I just had to have my dog go outside. He's breathing all hard, acting all crazy.
What's the dog's name? What's the dog's name?
My dog's name is Bandit. And he's just in this playful mood, wanting to play. And I'm like, dude, I'm working. But yeah, the book was really difficult. But I decided that it was something that I wanted to share, because I feel like our journeys to self-worth is a universal journey. It's like we're all trying to figure out. Some of us feel unlovable, right? And that's how it started for me. And I was like, I really want to share my journey from feeling unlovable to getting to a place of feeling lovable.
Which I think is beautiful and will resonate with so many people. I think a lot of us don't feel like sometimes we're quote unquote worthy.
That's right. That's the whole thing. And so I'm like, and we all are. But the journey that it takes for us to actually embrace that as true, it's a heck of a journey. It really is.
You've done so much in your career, and I'm sure there's so much more to go. Like from just being a businesswoman to being an actor to being in a band. To being a mom,
a metal band at that.
I know. Like when did the metal band? I mean, was this a thing that you were doing a while ago, and then it sort of just made a resurgence? How this band, which I've heard, and I actually like it. This is a beautiful moment. The band, right? Wicked Wisdom.
Wicked Wisdom. Yeah. I mean, I always, from a little girl, dreamed of like being a metal star, like just being a rock star. And so when I got the opportunity, like in my 30s, I was like, forget it. It's like, I got to try this out. And so I formed this band called Wicked Wisdom. And then we evolved to Wicked Evolution. And then, I stopped a while ago, and then my daughter kind of picked up for me.
It's so cool. Yeah, Willow is, we've had the chance, Pretty Malik and Rossi here, my co-host, we've had the chance to, I guess, be with the family, because I think with Willow and Jaden and Will, we've had the opportunity of being around the Smith family, and it's been, I mean, you're all just so incredible. You're all so loving. You're all so pure. Will helped me with my proposal to my wife in Jordan about 3 years ago, right? So.
Oh, wow. He's good at that.
Yeah, he's just, I mean, the whole thing, the whole family, we're just, we're grateful to be able to have the Smith family with us. I want to ask you something. Now that you've, the book's out, is there anything that you would want to tell your younger self going forward? We talked about this on the show, on the radio show a couple of weeks ago, where we said, what would you want your younger self to know about what's coming up? Is there anything, Jada Pinkett Smith, that you would want to go back right now and tell your 13-year-old self?
I would want to tell my 13-year-old self that anything that you're about to experience is not unique, and that life is going to be full of trials, but those trials will be presented to you only to make you stronger, only for you to find your greater self within. And it's not because you're not worthy. It's not because you are lacking, lacking worth. It's for you to actually gain your sense of self-worth. That's what I would tell my 13-year-old self. It would have saved me a lot of heartache.
Man, I got a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old. I'm probably going to go now and tell them that, because it's so true with what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like that, I think that the idea, specifically for me, I don't know what made me think that life was supposed to be easy, and just because it wasn't, then that meant something was wrong with me, And so life has its challenges, and that's just what it is. And so life is constantly giving us an opportunity to prepare ourselves and strengthen ourselves and find the greatness within ourselves to be with those challenges in a graceful way.
All right, so the promo that dropped obviously mentioned that you and Will have been separated for 6 years, right?
Yeah, since 2016. Yeah, until the Oscars.
So hold on. What do you mean? What does that mean? You were separated up until the Oscars.
Right. It was, I went to the Oscars as a family member. Will was like, there's nobody else I would want to, share this moment with than you. And I was like, yeah, I want to be there with you. And then the event happened with Chris.
Yep.
And I was like, aha, well, I'm his wife now. We're going to get through this together. And so the Oscars actually brought us closer. Right? Isn't that crazy how, I tell you, it's amazing how an event like that can amplify love and connection, and ever since then, we just been riding.
So are you, is Will your husband?
I would say that Will is my life partner, right? And the reason why I'm always careful with the word husband, and it's really about me, right? The reason why I'm careful with that word husband is because of all the expectations that I came into the marriage with as a young person, with what the idea of a husband was supposed to be. Very idealized, unrealistic expectations, right? And these years of separation gave me an opportunity to really clean that up. I came in with the expectation that Will was supposed to be, my savior and make everything okay. And really I had to do my own work. I had stuff that I had to figure out on my own. And so I like to use the word life partner because in my mind, it frees up Will to not have to be responsible for me in a certain manner, right? Meaning I have my emotional independence, right? And wherever he's willing and can and has the capability to be with me in that world, is fine because I got myself. And so anything he brings, it's like icing on the cake, right? And so it's made for just a really more harmonious partnership between us. But that time apart, you really get to realize, who you want to ride with, and I just realized, I want to grow old with this guy.
I love that. I love that. I love that. And I'm divorced, and before my divorce, we went through a separation, and I believe within that separation, you pretty much can work out if you want to be with that person anymore. And when we went through our separation, within 4 months, we knew we weren't meant to be together. So, so when I heard that, when you broke the news that you guys have been separated for 6 years, I thought to myself, well, if they're not divorced, there's still something there, because when you're separated, if you want out, this is your chance. Right. This is your one chance to get out, Right.
And every time I was like, oh, I'm going to, I just couldn't. And then when the Oscars occurred, and he and I even before that, we were doing some really deep therapy together because of emancipation. A lot of stuff came up for Will after making that movie, a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. And he asked to go into some therapeutic spaces, and we were really going deep. And then the Oscars came, and then we had to go even deeper, right? And it's just been such a beautiful, beautiful ride. It's just been a beautiful ride. And that's when I realized there's no divorcing this man. This is my guy.
I love it. I think we all love it. I think we're all hearing this going, oh.
Yes.
I think it's a beautiful thing. Hey, Jada Pinkett Smith going to be here in the UAE. You do not want to miss this. Abu Dhabi and Dubai. We've got more details coming up on where you can grab your tickets. All the details coming up. Let's go back to Worthy right now. Obviously, this book were you ready for it? Were you aware of, okay, now the book's done. Now you're prepared to do all this. The interviews, the secrets, quote unquote, are coming out. How did you prepare yourself for this, Jada Pinkett Smith? How did this happen?
You can't really prepare yourself. Like, I told everybody, I said, listen, hold on. Everybody hold on tight. There's going to be some wild headlines before people actually get the intention and the soul of the book, because there are a lot of shockers in it, you know what I mean, about a lot of stuff. And it's not a tell-all in that way. It's just that I think so many people think they know my journey, and they think that even with the Red Table that I've been, sharing so much, and I didn't even really scratch the surface, right? Because people would have needed so much context and history. And so in this book, I really lay it out. And so I said I tried to mentally prepare myself, but I knew, I was like, the first week is going to be crazy.
and it has been. Did you, like, when you said you did it, like, did you do a team huddle with the kids and Will, or did you guys sit together and go, guys?
Yeah. I've been talking to Will all day, because Will just landed from Australia to like this whirlwind. He's like, so we've just been talking to each other all day, because I've been working, and he's just been checking in. And I said, I told you, I told you. He's like, it's all good. He's like, it's all good. We got this, I
love that. So. Yeah, unity in these times is so important. And I think from a public's perspective, you're right, Jada, like, you read headlines and you see these things, and the media like to do what they want, right? They want that clickbait. They want to be able to, and then once someone has a definition of who they are in the media, they'll just run that for the next how many years, right? So I think it's so great that you have opened up yourself, because you didn't have to do that. And I think it's great, because it's going to resonate with other people who may be going through the same thing. Or, if you're in a no relationship's great all the time,
Right.
And I think that for many years, Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith they're the dream couple there. Oh my gosh. So the fact that you've just actually opened up and you've said, hey, this is how it really is, resonates with a lot of couples, right? And we're going to be like, wow, this is how it is.
Yes. And I would tell Will that all the time, I'm like, it doesn't do anyone any justice or service in thinking that this is something to live up to when it's not the real thing, and not saying that what we have isn't real, right? Yeah. But it's like people are out here really trying to figure out how to be together. And listen, it's hard. It's hard. And guess what? It's not ideal. And guess what? It's not always pretty. And it gets like messy and crazy. And then how are you going to show up? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is.
So
Welcome to life.
It's so true. I mean? It is so true. Yeah. I love it. Look, guys, coming to the UAE, coming to Abu Dhabi. They're also in Dubai, the Coca-Cola Arena. You don't want to miss this moment. Sarah, who is actually on this call with us as well. I'm so proud of Sarah being able to make this happen because she's brought most of the Smith family here to the UAE. And I love that because, as you said earlier on, she's a boss lady and she's pushing through, especially in this region. Jada, is a fantastic thing. Do you feel that?
I do. I feel it, and like I said, even with this event and just working with her in this partnership, she's been so gangster, and I just love it. I wish she could be on my hip here in the U.S., but I'm not going to do that to y'all, okay?
We want to play a little game with you, all right? And it's called Do You Want to Know a Secret? Ooh. Ooh.
Oh,
now.
Okay.
Basically, we're going to give you song lyrics. You have to identify the song and the artist. These songs you should know. You should know. I'm guessing you may know.
I'm terrible at this.
Now, guess what? If you get it wrong, you got to tell us a little secret.
All right. You're going to know a lot of secrets tonight because I'm telling you, I'm terrible at this.
This is fantastic. All right, here we go. Let's roll. I'll read it out and I'll do it in my best Australian accent. Here's the song. Name the artist and the song title, Jada Pinkett Smith. No love for the haters. The haters mad because I got floor seats at the Lakers.
Lakers. Oh, that's Will.
And the song
right?
title? Yeah, and the song title.
Oh, okay. Got floor seats at the Lakers. Is that getting jiggy with it?
It is getting jiggy with it!
All right.
One for one. See, we're being generous. We're being kind here.
You are, because I'm telling you, I'm bad at this.
All right, here we go. Number 2. Now he's bigger than me, taller than me.
Jaden.
Song title?
And, the Karate Kid.
He did the song.
Never Say Never.
That's
Never
it.
Say Never.
Yes. That's right. It's so good. He did that song, obviously, with an artist called Justin Bieber. Did you ever meet Justin
Bieber?
Did you ever meet Justin? Are you guys like in the same circle?
Oh, absolutely. Of course. Justin and Jaden are tight.
Just come over, yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, he used to come over all the time. I mean, he's grown and married now, so.
Yeah, right. All right, we'll go to number 4. School is out, and it's sort of a buzz.
School is out, and it's sort of a buzz. What else? You got to come on.
No, I'm not giving you too good. You said you weren't good. You're too good at this. I need a couple of secrets here. You got 5 seconds. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. We get a secret, baby.
Yes.
We get a secret.
Who was it? School is out.
Okay, I'll give you a look. But back then, I didn't really know how it was. It is the one and only Summertime.
Oh, dang.
You know it. School is out. It's a sort. It's the Australian accent that puts it off completely. All right.
All right, a secret.
Come on, one that you haven't, one that's not out yet. Give me one.
All right, so back in the day in Baltimore, let's see. Okay, maybe not. I shouldn't say that.
No, you should. You should say that.
A secret.
In Baltimore, back in the day, we're just continuing it.
I don't know if this is a secret, but I don't know if people really know. Oh, this is one.
Okay.
When Pac went to jail and he was at Rikers, he was in really bad shape, and I had gone to Rikers to go see him. When I got back home, a couple weeks later, he wrote me a letter and proposed propose to me. He wanted to marry me, but it wasn't because he and I've never had a romantic relationship, but I think that because I was always like a rock in his life. I think at that time he needed somebody to do time with him, and he needed somebody he could really depend on.
Wow. Tupac proposed to you in a letter.
He proposed to me in a letter. Yeah, he felt really abandoned by a lot of people, and he was like, people showed me love, and now they've abandoned me, and you never have, and you've always been here, and I know we've been friends, but now I see, just this whole thing. And
takes us guys sometimes a little longer to realize that. I mean, you guys were kids, though. You guys were kids. And in other previous moments, I've heard you say it was sort of like that real friendship. It was like a brother sort of sister relationship as well. You guys really,
really tight. We were really tight like that. And I understood, I'm sure it was just so much uncertainty, and everybody pretty much had left his side, And so he wanted something like some stability, some security.
I mean, in the news recently, obviously, he's made a sort of, the name's coming back, obviously, just because of the whole trial and all that. For you as as one of the closest people in his life, do you want that closure? You're looking for that closure as well?
Oh, I desperately want that closure, and I want to know, I want more answers. So when that arrest was made, we've always known that particular person was in the car when Pac was shot. But now I'm hoping that he has more answers for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think the world agrees with that, and we want more answers. All right, listen, guys, she is an absolute icon, a superstar. She's fantastic. I had never spoken to you, Jada Pinkett Smith, but the fact that we got to spend some time together here, we're honored. The way you speak, the way you, I don't know, just your energy is fantastic. I'm so grateful that you've put this book out, because I think the world is going to absolutely love this. And we're grateful to have you here on Virgin Radio, and we cannot wait to have you here in the UAE. Please, Jada Pinkett Smith, thank you.
Thank you so much. This was so much fun. Thank you.